I look at the exercise of leadership in three broad aspects or dimensions. Firstly, there is the question of deciding what it is you are to do. There's an analytical process here. What is the objective? What is your end? And I use a very simple, and it's used throughout the army, very simple analytical tool of ends, ways, and means. What is the end which you seek? What are the means which you have, whether that be people, time, money, machines, whatever it may be? And then the real trick, how you apply those means to achieve the end, the way. So you start with that piece of analysis, decide what your end is, and then you will need to, from that, to decide how, what plan. And when you've done that, that's almost the easy bit. Then comes implementation. And that is the key to communicating it to the people who are to achieve with you the end which you have laid out. And arguably, the third aspect here, that's your analytical process, and that's actually doing it. That's fine. That's all brain stuff in a way. But the third part here is character. There's the character of the leader, because it's that aspect, rather more difficult to define than the first two. It's that aspect which actually, I think, makes the difference. And I'll say a little more about that in a bit. This process, of course, requires, as I say, the team under the leadership to go from A to B, literally or metaphorically. And it is the question now of delegation comes here, I think. Because if you are able to set a subordinate what you want him or her to do, the end, you allocate the means to do it. And then the great trick, in my view, is to allow that subordinate to decide how, the way in which the means are applied. Because that, to use the in word, I suppose, is empowerment. It enables that person to feel that he, she is trusted, they've got a clear objective, and you're all going in the same direction. Because this question of team building, if it's about anything, it is about that sense of common purpose, that sense of mutual trust, which must flow between the leader and those other members of the team. And the team can be any size. In the army, we go from a four-man fire team commanded by a lance corporal to, the, if you like, the complete army commanded by the CGS. But anywhere within that sense of team is absolutely essential to getting the whole group moving together with a sense of common purpose. You will need to know when you've got to where you want to be. You need to be able to recognize it. Sometimes it's not always terribly clear. And some milestones down the road are extremely helpful. But I do caution. It works in some areas, it works rather less in others.